गुड मॉर्निंग डियर स्टूडेंट, मैं डॉक्टर नीलम गुप्ता। आप बीएससी पार्ट 3 के विद्यार्थियों को एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ अल्फा डीके को आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे और एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ अल्फा डीके का हम क्वालिटेटिव डिस्कशंस करेंगे। पिछली क्लासेस में हमने रेक्टेंगुलर पोटेंशियल बैरियर दोनों कंडीशंस में व्हेन द टोटल एनर्जी ऑफ द पार्टिकल इज ग्रेटर देन द potential barrier energy, or in the second case when the total energy of the particle is less than the potential barrier energy case we have discussed already in previous classes. So today in the application of alpha decay, which we are taking the qualitative discussion, we will consider that in alpha decay what will happen, what is the basic process in the alpha decay. In alpha decay, suppose we consider a nucleus of any atom, say for example atomic number is A, atomic number is Z, atomic number is A, number of neutrons are N. Suppose we have an element X is disintegrate into a Y element with the emission of alpha particle. So suppose we consider where A is a nucleus of helium. For example, if we consider uranium-92 is disintegrate into thorium-90 with the alpha particle. In this case, the energy of the emitted alpha particle is 4.3 mega electron volt. In 1928, Gamow showed that the alpha decay can be understood in terms of the quantum mechanical theory of barrier penetration. 1928 में गैमो ने यह बताया कि जो अल्फा डीके हो रहा है यूरेनियम 92 से जब थोरियम 92 में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है, डिसइंटीग्रेट हो रहा है, एक अल्फा पार्टिकल को साथ निकाल रहा है, तो न्यूक्लियस से या किसी भी एटम के डिसइंटीग्रेशन से जो अल्फा पार्टिकल्स बाहर निकलते हैं, इनकी थियरी को क्वांटम मैकेनिकली या थियरी ऑफ बैरियर पेनिट्रेशन के द्वारा उसको एक्सप्लेन किया जा सकता है। इन दिस फिगर वी हैव शोज द potential energy of alpha particle in the vicinity of a nucleus. The potential energy of alpha particle in the vicinity of the nucleus is shown in this figure. An origin is placed at the center of the nucleus. This O is placed at the center of the nucleus. Within a radial distance r from the center, the nucleus is regarded as providing a constant negative potential. The nucleus is provided or is considered as a constant negative potential. The value of R defines the nuclear radius, the limit of the nuclear force, and the radius within which the nuclear particles are formed. This R, as my indicator is moving near about R, this R shows the value of R defines the nuclear radius, the limit of the nuclear force, and the radius within which the nuclear particle are formed. ये R जो है जिसको हमने nuclear radius define किया है, basically इसका क्या मतलब है? This is the limit of the nuclear force, and यह वह radius है जिसमें nuclear particles formed होते हैं. Outside this point R, or outside the range of the nuclear forces, an alpha particle experience only the repulsive force, Coulomb potential. If we consider the Coulomb potential force, then we can write down Fr or Vr is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 2 Z minus 2 E square upon R, for the reason R is greater than capital R. By using the Coulomb attraction force, F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. This is the potential. So this is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R. The maximum height of this barrier V0 is attained at R is equal to R, because at the capital R, which is considered as the nuclear radius, is the limit of the nuclear forces. So this R is replaced by the capital R. So V0 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2 into Z minus 2 E square upon R. Thus the alpha nucleus potential can be written as VR is equal to V0 capital R upon R. the barrier height is much greater than the energy of the emitted alpha particle. For example, for uranium-92, when it is disintegrate in thorium-90 with the emission of alpha particle, the barrier height is 28 mega electron volt and the energy of the emitted alpha particle is 4.3 mega electron volt. So in this case, the effective radius of a nucleus with mass number A is expressed as R is equal to R naught A to the power 1 upon 3. This is the well-known expression for determination of the radius of any element. In this case, when we consider R naught is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 15 meter, means it is nearly about 1.5 Fermi. For uranium-92, when disintegrate in thorium-90 with the emission of alpha particle, the total radius or the radius of the nucleus is 1.5 into 238, which is the mass number of uranium, to the power 1/3, so it comes out to be 9.3 Fermi. The extent of the barrier is from radius small r to small r is equal to capital R to the radius small r is equal to capital RC, at which the alpha particle of the energy E break through into the region of potential energy. Here in this figure I am showing that this is the radius of the nucleus and this is the point where the alpha particle of energy E break through the region of positive energy. This is considered as capital RC, which is equal to V naught R upon RC. The RC is a function of total energy E and is determined by from the condition E is equal to VRC, as the energy of the alpha particle is, that is, the E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2 Z minus 2 E square upon RC, or RC is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2 into Z minus 2 E square upon R. Comparing this equation number 3 and equation number 6, we have RC is equal to V naught upon E into R. The value of RC is large for disintegration of uranium 92 into thorium 90 with the emission of alpha particle. This RC comes out to be 60.6 Fermi. In that case, the width of the barrier is RC minus R. Initially we have calculated the value of R for the uranium 92, that comes out to be 9.3 Fermi. So the width of the barrier is RC minus R, and that is equal to 60.6 minus 9.3 Fermi, that comes out to be 51.3 Fermi. Thus to come out of the nucleus, the alpha particle has to tunnel through a large width of the potential barrier. The tunneling probability is proportional to the transmission coefficient. For a rectangular potential barrier of width alpha A, this is not alpha, this is A, and the barrier height is V naught, for a particle of mass m and energy is less than V naught, then alpha A is equal to under the root twice m V naught minus E upon h cross into A, that will be greater than 1. And the transmission coefficient in case of the rectangular potential barrier, which we are derived in the previous classes, that is equal to T is equal to 16E V naught minus E upon V naught square e raised to the power minus 2 alpha A. The important point to note is that the factor the 16 E V naught minus E upon V naught square varies slowly with E, but the exponential factor e raised to the power minus 2 alpha A is sharply varying function. So the tunneling probability is decided by this exponential factor. I'm sorry. For alpha decay, in this figure, the potential barrier is not rectangular but decreases continuously according to 1 upon r dependence. The transmission coefficient for this type of barrier is T is equal to e raised to the power minus 2a, where this kappa is replaced by alpha a and is given by kappa is equal to integral from r to rc under the root 2m Vr minus e upon h cross dr is equal to under the root 2m over h. Integration is again from r to rc within the bracket under the root r v naught upon r minus e dr. Thus, the transmission coefficient T is equal to exponential within the bracket minus 2 under the root 2m over h cross integration r to rc within the bracket under the root r v naught upon r minus e into dr. This expression, when simplified by solving the integral, reduces in the form of equation number 12. T is equal to a exponential of minus pi under the root 2m upon h cross square r v naught upon e, where a is given by equation number 13. You can observe this equation number 12 and 13. This exponential factor in equation number 12 is known as Gamow factor. It suppresses the transmission of alpha particle through the barrier. In addition to the tunneling probability, the alpha emission rate depends on how many times an alpha particle with energy E inside the nucleus will hit the potential barrier wall. हम सिर्फ emission की ही बात नहीं करते हैं, हम यही नहीं कहते हैं कि कितना अल्फा पार्टिकल एमिट आउट होगा या कितना टाइम लेगा, हम यह भी निकालते हैं कि अल्फा पार्टिकल जो है इस टनलिंग प्रोबेबिलिटी के द्वारा यह भी हम ज्ञात कर सकते हैं कि अल्फा पार्टिकल न्यूक्लियस के अंदर इस पोटेंशियल बैरियर बॉल से कितनी बार टकराएगा, कितनी बार हिट करेगा. द वेलोसिटी ऑफ द अल्फा पार्टिकल इज v is equal to under the root e upon m. The time interval between the successive collision with the potential barrier ball is delta t is equal to 2r upon v, that is equal to 2r m upon 2e to the power 1 upon 2, where 2r is the diameter of the nucleus and the frequency of the hitting the wall is f is equal to v upon 2r, that is equal to 1 upon 2r under the root 2e upon m. So the lifetime is given approximately कि how much time the alpha particle stay inside the potential barrier, that is equal to, that is represented by tau, and this is equal to delta t upon t. So in the second figure we considered the more is the energy of the alpha particle, less is the width of the barrier, and so more is the probability of tunneling, which in turn means shorter lifetime. These facts match with the experimental observations. With the help of the theory of tunneling of alpha particles through the potential barrier, it is possible to explain the enormous range of half-life observed in various alpha decays from 3 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 second or for polonium to 4.5 into 10 raised to the power 9 years for uranium and 1.39 into 10 raised to the power 10 years for thorium. So this is the very good application by which the rectangular potential barrier by which we can calculate the tunneling of the alpha particle. So this is all for today. Next time we'll start the next unit. Thank you.